Riding with Jay. No, jaywalking today, too cold.
It's not too cold now.
No,
Everyone thinks, it's crazy because everyone thinks Vegas is like super hot all the time. We went and stayed at the Aria Hotel like 2 nights ago, Angie and I, for like a little getaway, and I saw like chicks walking in shorts and t-shirts. I'm like, look at these people walking in shorts. She's like, Jay, when I moved here fucking 15 years ago, she's like, I didn't have any warm clothes at all. I thought Vegas was hot all the time. So these people probably come here thinking, oh, it's going to be like super hot there, and they come and like it's very cold, right? Yeah. It snows. It's been 2 snowstorms that my whole backyard was covered in snow. You know that, right?
Oh, wow, I didn't know. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I mean, Vegas is like cool this time of year. It's 10 degrees cooler than LA. You came in this morning, it was 47.
Yeah, it is cold.
It's cold,
So I got something to ask you, because people always debating online all the time. It's something we get like on a regular basis. They always weigh on what they thought your best year was competitively. So what comes back the most is always 2001 and 2009. But I was curious to ask you what you thought was your best look. What did you prefer personally the best, or what year you preferred the best? And also, talk about some of your, stage weights and stuff, because a lot of time people are assuming that, you weigh, 280 on stage or 285. There's a lot of misconception about that. So,
well, I've had a lot of great looks. My first Olympia 99, which I didn't do well, but I looked good, I was 260. I won nationals at 248 when I got my pro card at 23 years old. And 01 Olympia, I was 260. Okay, wow. That was a great look. 03 Ironman, I was 270. 02 Arnold, which I thought was tremendous after 01 Olympia, I was 273 there.
Wow.
And I was pretty ripped. I had striated glutes there. 06 Olympia, I was 273 in the morning and 267 the next day.
Wow.
When I won that. And then 09 Olympia, I was 255. At 254, actually.
Which is weird, because you seem probably the biggest at that Olympia. Wow.
I think I had really dense muscle. I was 36. My body was matured. Remember, at 01 Olympia, I was only 28 years old.
I know.
Still pretty young.
Yeah. Wow.
I was only 5 years into my pro status,
Yeah.
I realistically could have won that show with the scorecards. I did win that show.
Yeah.
And then somehow I got kind of fucked out of the title, but it's what it is,
Yeah.
Granted, I was still second best in the world. Ronnie was great, but don't score me so well if I'm not going to win. That's kind of the way I looked at it. But
yeah.
It is what it is. I don't harp on what could have been or should have been.
Yeah.
I wish I had more Mr. Olympia titles. Take the 4.
Ronnie says you have enough.
Right? That's what he did say, actually. Right?
He did say that. Of course. So,
but I felt good. If you remember, you've been with me since 01. So,
yeah.
I mean, dude, you remember me in 06. I was like, this is a cakewalk, right?
Oh, my God.
I could have gone and ran a marathon. And then there's other shows where I was on my deathbed. I mean, 09, I wasn't feeling so good.
You weren't in 09?
No, I still struggled to get the food in for the Saturday night show.
Yeah,
it was like I was so dehydrated. And the fucking diuretics, man, it just destroyed me. In 01, even the diuretics were heavy. I took no diuretics in 06 when I won my card.
I know.
So,
yeah, that was great.
And then of course they tried to fail me on a diuretic test in 01, but it's like, oh, you can take these, but don't take these. That's just kind of like the rules. It's like, you kidding me? A diuretic's a diuretic, right?
I know.
And they tried flunking me for stuff they claimed I took. I never even heard of. I didn't even know what it was. And but 06, I can tell everyone, like, I didn't go take any kind of water pill or anything for that show.
Yeah, you felt good for that show.
Yeah, I felt good, man.
I remember.
I mean, shit, but there's 08 was terrible. 07, I was had the infection. I almost lost that show to Victor.
Yeah.
And then 2010, I felt like shit. 11, I felt felt like shit. 13, I felt like shit. You know, I was 13, I was alright, but I didn't finish like I needed to, you know.
Yeah.
I would have liked to gone out with a big bang, but fortunately, it wasn't happening. And, you know, for me, I should have just came back on the 50th anniversary. I always say that, like, you know, I came back the year before the 50th.
Yeah.
And I wished sometimes that I would have waited and done that 50th. I think it would have been a big deal to finish. I probably would have been that much more advanced with that extra year of training, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you were on big standout and 400K. On top of it.
That's right. There was that big standout year, right?
The special one, yeah. Yeah.
I feel good all the big standouts now. I mean, the standouts are different from mine.
I know. So which look have you liked the best? Which, when you look back at all those pictures, and which one was...
You know what's funny is the 02 Arnold I liked a lot.
Yeah, we were huge there.
I wish you could dig up some pictures of 02 Arnold.
I am. We're gonna post some pictures as you're talking there, just to kind of compare a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure there's some out there.
Think so?
You were massive.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And I basically came off the 01 diet, and I didn't have to diet really for that show.
You stayed in shape?
I stayed in shape because I only had a couple weeks to eat, and then I was right back at it to go back to the, you know, win the Arnold, and
that's why you grew.
I literally just, you know, ate like high-low carbs. That's it. Didn't do a ton of. I didn't do cardio. I did like 20 minutes a day of cardio, walking scrappy. Was it?
Nice.
I walked the dog outside, so
nice.
But I did a lot of saunas then. I think the saunas really helped me lose weight too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the saunas were really good for like heating the body core.
Right.
So that's what was kind of nice about doing those saunas. And now, like, I mean, if I had one accessible to me, I would probably do it more. But I don't like a lot of the weirdos hang out in the saunas now.
Yeah. So you like the look when you're actually like real full and big, and to you that's it.
Yeah, 09 was good. I mean, that kind of. I mean, if I look back, what really made me super famous was the quad stomp, right?
Yeah.
And that's really what it was.
Yeah.
That 09 look people really like a lot.
Yeah, best picture in bodybuilding for sure.
I mean, you tell me. I mean, what's the best look? I don't know.
I'm kind of torn between 01 and 09 Olympia too. 01, you just have that fresh
look. Did you go to 01 Olympia?
No, that was
Why
before.
Not?
Because I met you right after. I make sure.
Well, why didn't you go to the Olympia if you were a fan?
Because I really started going when we became friends, and I really invested on a personal level. Before I wasn't friends with any of these guys.
Yeah, but you were working at Max Muscle at the time.
You're right, but we went to the Arnold first. Yeah, we went to the Arnold, not the Olympia, because they would have a booth. They didn't have a booth at the Olympia.
They had a big booth at the Arnold. They used to sell a lot of clothes there.
Tons. They would put up a whole entire store with the mesh. Remember, it was like huge. It's like a football field. It was great.
That's why boots weren't as expensive, you know. Now it's every clothing company in the world, but
yeah, Max
Muscle was a shit back then, huh?
Dude, they were making all their own clothing in house.
Yeah, they had all the cut and sew there. We used to go there, and we used to get like. They would give us like $1,000 a month.
Bags, and I remember you. I didn't even know you back then. And I remember you walking with trash bag filled to the brim.
I wouldn't it was so nice because I was a broke fucking bodybuilder, right? So like I'm like, man, I don't have to pay baggies and like you gotta understand, Dave. When I lived in Massachusetts, like I remember this guy Jason Litchfield. Hopefully he watches this, and he fronted and bought like a ton of Max Muscle. He's like, hey, I'm gonna put an order in. He contacted all the guys around the gym. He said, guys, if you want to we'll put a big order and get it at a discount, right? Like basically a wholesale price. So like we all got together and pitched money in to be able to get a couple shirts and some baggies. And he used to wear the tights every day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So like people loved that shit back then.
Well, I remember seeing you wear the skin pants in the first video, a cut above and then take it. That's how I reached out to you and I say, hey, I work for Max Muscle. You want to get some free clothing? I sent you a bunch of stuff because I saw you were wearing the videos all the time, But yeah.
But it's funny if you watch the cut above DVD.
Yep.
I had on white Max Muscle tights and I had that blue V-neck sweatshirt.
You love that sweatshirt.
Dude, it was my favorite. It had max muscle right there, and I wore the fucking headband.
It was kind of fuzzy a little bit, that sweatshirt.
It was fuzzy. It was like a fuzzy sweatshirt, and it had a V-neck. That was the most distinctive thing about it. Yeah, black
border.
Black
And blue.
Yep, and I sported that shit. I used to wear that because you look so fucking big in it, man. You didn't even have to be big, and it had that cut, you know? Because they had all the cut and sew then.
It was great. Yeah, they weren't too long. You know, they were like cutting at the waist perfectly. Yeah, those shirts. Yeah.
But I had every tights. They had the red tights. They had black tights. They had it all. Max Muscle. I had the little tag, Max Muscle.
Yeah, that's all you wore.
And
in all your videos.
They had all the Max shirts with the wide neck on it.
Yeah.
You know, with the string tank tops.
Yeah, I hope Joe watches this. I'm gonna send him the video so he can watch this. Joe
Yeah,
Wiles.
that was the shit, man. That was like the only clothes. That was like uniform. If you went to the gym, you had to be decked out in your Max Muscle and then your atomic shoes and shit.
Bushy socks. Yeah.
Sean Green started the bushy socks, I think. He started the striped tights.
Sean?
If Joe watched this, he knows what I'm talking about with Sean Green. Sean Green had a ponytail.
Yep. Looked like a stripper.
Yes, and he had those tights, man, and he didn't have legs, so it didn't look right.
No, he had legs, he had no calves.
Oh, he had no calves, yeah.
I'm going to send that video to both of them.
Yeah. So, Sean, good thing you took up golf, man, because your bodybuilding career wasn't going to go too far. You know?
Yeah, man, those were the good old days. That's awesome. All right, thanks, Big J.